Okay, Cathryn, why don't you take us on a tour of the Happy Tales Pet Sanctuary here and tell us a little bit about it as we go through.
Okay, great. Let's start this way.
Okay. Like in front of the camera there. Super close up, extreme close up. All right, I'm not going to trip on anything.
You just want you to trip on your tripod, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, so Happy Tales has 7 cat enclosures. And they're all made of glass and aluminum, so we can sanitize them easily, and you can see into the cats and they can see out at you. Each enclosure is set up for a different type of cat. This one that we're looking at right now is for our senior population, and the seniors are 8 years and older. And you can see it's after dinner time, so they're kind of sleepy.
Now, will they be harassed by younger cats?
No, that's why we keep the seniors separated.
Yeah, that's otherwise they would be.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
we try to give them a little bit of peace because of the younger cats tend to be a little more frisky.
Now, do you get dogs here as well, or is it mostly a feline sanctuary?
The
Exclusively.
adoption center is just set up for cats 1 year and older.
Okay.
We do rescue dogs and we rescue kittens, but they go into foster homes.
Okay.
So right now we have about 4 dogs. We don't do a lot of dogs. We're mainly a cat rescue organization.
Okay, so here in Sacramento, as a cat rescue organization, do you have like a counterpart for people who just love dogs and have dog issues, or is there a dog counterpart for what you do?
There's several other rescue groups in Sacramento, and there are several that just specialize in dogs. Some specialize in certain breeds of dogs. Some specialize in small dogs. We're not affiliated with them, but if someone was interested in a rescue dog, there are many options.
So someone could contact you if they were in sort of a need.
Absolutely.
As a resource.
Yes, we are always helping people find the right rescue group. And we also send people to the city shelter, the county shelter, and the Sacramento SPCA too. Yeah, and we are trying to step up our dog program.
All right.
So these 2 enclosures are for our cats that are 1 year to 8 years old. And you can see they're all different shapes and sizes and breeds and hair length.
Do they all get along?
I know, it's funny when people say, oh my God, how can you have so many cats in one
Yeah,
place?
it's kind of wild.
You know what? They're very smart, and they just learn to get along. They know that I got to get along or I'm going to lose my little safe sanctuary.
Now, how do we have someone like you appointed on top of the human race to do that? We're all kind of in a little enclosure, aren't we?
I know, huh? If we could take a lesson from the kitties.
Yeah.
How to get along.
That's a whole bunch of cats, you know?
Yeah, it is.
You know, that could be fur flying if they didn't learn how to get along.
We do have we have 2 enclosures that are set up for just 1 or 2 cats. So if there's a feline that absolutely refuses to get along with another cat, then we move them into these enclosures. But depending on the population at the time, the enclosures are designated for different things. For instance, this is a kitty that we just took in who is feline AIDS and feline leukemia positive.
Oh, wow.
So he can't be around other cats that are not feline leukemia positive.
Hey, he's snuggling down there.
And he's our only one now, so
Get out of the way, so he's snuggling.
he came in with the name Mr. Spats, and I see that they haven't changed it yet.
He's kind of cute.
Hi, Guy. Yeah, he has a double whammy, feline leukemia and feline AIDS positive. But that doesn't mean that he can't live a really long, wonderful life as long as he's taken well care of.
Oh, he's beautiful.
He's beautiful. What a good boy. He's our only feline leukemia positive cat now, so he's got the place all to himself.
Okay. All right, moving on.
And moving on, I think that this is Layla, and she is wonderful. And she's one of the kitties that doesn't get along with other kitties, so she is segregated. And hi, beautiful. Come say hi. Hi, no. Come say hi to us. Come say hi.
Hey, you know, you might just really connect over video with some special human who likes feisty, independent cats.
Oh yeah, she would make a wonderful kitty for someone. Absolutely.
Because I think there's some people like feisty other than just kind of placid. You know, I mean, if I was single, I'd have someone to fight with and someone to look at.
Oh, look at her. She's personality plus.
Yeah, cool.
So over here we have 2 more that are in between. They're not the small condos, they're not the big condos. And these guys are on, I believe they're on special diets, and that's why they are segregated.
Rosanna.
And we've named all of our rooms after kitties that have passed on before they got a home. And Tarzana was one of the cats that came to us. She was a diabetic kitty, And she was with us, I think, for almost a year, and she finally passed away before she got a home. So to remember those guys, because they never got their own permanent homes, we've named the condos after them. And it all makes us sad.
So for people who want to, bring a cat here, what are some reasons why people would bring a cat here? They find cats? Do they get unable to care for them because of their own health concerns or financial reasons? Is it just a complex set of circumstances?
It's across the board. We take in cats for all reasons. A lot of it is because people can't afford to take care of their cats anymore in this economy. We get calls and emails every day from people who are moving, and they have to move to an apartment that doesn't allow animals, or they can't afford to feed their animal anymore, or they can't afford the vet care. We have got calls from neighbors where people have moved away and left their cats, just abandoned them, left them outside, thinking that's better for them than taking them to a shelter where they might be euthanized. And so the neighbors call us. That happens more than you would imagine. A lot of abandoned cats in this economy. People strays that people find, and they take them in. They just can't keep them. The public really can help us out by taking the animal in, taking them to at least to the vet, making sure they're spayed and neutered, doing some type of health check for us, and then trying to find a home for the animal themselves first. And if, as a last result, turning them into a shelter. And I only say that because all the rescue groups and all the shelters are absolutely overwhelmed.
We're at capacity, and so basically you're saying that if a community member is concerned enough to take in that cat and take the first step, they really should just find it in their heart to take the second and the third step to do what they can to contribute to the pet population's health and happiness, right? I mean, if they love pets enough to do the first step.
Yep. I could not have said it better. That's exactly it. People say, well, it's not my responsibility, it's not my cat, but it really is your responsibility. It's everyone's responsibility.
If it touched your heart, it's your responsibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And that cat
if looking at that cat touched your heart at least a little bit, then some way it's your responsibility. And if you take the first affirmative step to feed it and give it some love,
take it in.
Well, then you got to take the second step.
Yeah, it just.
And you don't have to keep it.
Out.
You can bring it to a place like this.
Yes. Exactly.
So even if that cat, are there cats sometimes that end up euthanized?
Not at Happy Tails.
Okay.
We're a no-kill shelter.
Okay, great. So that's a big distinction between you and other shelters.
The thing that makes the two things that are the most different between Happy Tails, the city, the county, and the SPCA is that Happy Tails is the only no-kill, and we're also all volunteer. We have no paid staff. So when we take an animal in, we promise to care for it for its entire life, and we will keep that animal until it gets a home or until it has to be euthanized because of the quality of life, because of health reasons.
Yeah, and I read on Yelp that some of your counselors here can give some people some strong medicine when it comes to loving pets and stepping up, and I think that's kind of what inspired me a little bit to kind of be cheeky in this conversation with you here, and I approve, because we all need to be provoked a little bit to take care of our communities, and we gain so much from that. I can't tell you that, being a single dad with a single daughter, young daughter and a dog, it's like the dog has been my anchor. It's been my sanity point. If I can't give my dog a hug every day, I would just be in a bad way.
I know, I agree.
Anyhow, so that's a nice thing about Happy Tails. People know. Now, what about this issue that people might have of shame that they don't want to bring their pet to a shelter for the fear of euthanizing it? How do you address that? Because that's really one of the ignorance and the shame, I would think, are the reasons why they would abandon it as opposed to bringing it here. Ignorance first, but even shame too.
Yeah, I think that people realize that, well, it partly is shame when they're losing their home, or they can't take the animal, or they can't afford to feed it, and they don't want to take it to a kill shelter because they don't want it to be euthanized. And let's all admit it, that it's a high euthanasia rate at all of our shelters, and the chances of a cat or a dog making it out of there are fairly slim. And so they think by abandoning the animal or just leaving it outside, it's better for the animal, when in fact, the animal will probably die a worse death because it'll starve, or it'll get in a fight with another animal, or get hit by a car, and there will be no one to care for it. And so people have to get past that. They choose Happy Tails because we're no kill, and when we want people to be able to choose us, but we also need their help because we do get full. When our center gets to capacity, then we put animals in foster homes. So another thing that the community can do is volunteer. Help us out.
So
the more
you
foster
need
homes.
volunteers. This is a call for action.
Oh, absolutely. The more foster homes we have, the more adoption counselors we have, the more animals we can save.
And you can receive tax-deductible donations.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%, yeah.
So if people want to have information about how to deal with, adopting a cat, in the best case, happy scenario, happy tales, dropping off a pet that they can't care for, a cat in this case, or having questions for you about a dog or another animal that they care for, but they just don't think they can continue to care for, they can call you and talk to you, and you can give, or someone here can give them some help.
We have a whole team of people that do our voicemail. When you call Happy Tales, it goes directly to voicemail, and a volunteer will call you back within 24 hours. And they are all trained on how to answer questions and give the best advice and resources possible for that community member, how the community member can help that animal.
Well, that's really incredible. What is the telephone number?
916-556-1155.
556-1155.
They can also email too. And we have.
What's the email?
It's very cute. It's purball, like furball with a P. Purball at happytales.org.
How many R's? 2 R's?
2 R's.
Okay.
Purrball.
At happytales.com?
.org.
Happytales.org.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So the website's happytales.org. People can get a hold of you from your telephone number one more time.
556-1155.
Okay, Cathryn, thank you so much. It's been a great tour.
Good.
And we'll catch up with you really soon.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.